Emotiv is a neuroengineering company. We have developed a brain-computer interface that utterly transforms the way in which humans can interact with machines. Up until this point in time, the way that we interact with machines has always been in a very conscious or direct form. So whether it's something as simple as turning on the light with a switch or as complex as programming a piece of software, we've always had to give a command to a machine or a series of commands for it to do anything for us. But when we look at the communication between people, it's actually far more interesting because we take into account far more than what is explicitly expressed. We look at facial expressions, we read body language, and we intuit emotions and feelings into our dialogue with one another. Our vision at Emotiv for the next generation of human-machine interface is that it will evolve beyond the conscious interface that exists today, and non-conscious inputs will play a really big part. So what we do at Emotiv is we create technologies that allow us to tap directly into the brain, which is really your center for control and experience, and we allow machines to understand not only your conscious thoughts, but also your facial expressions and emotions. The way that Emotiv has created its detection suites is based on the way in which humans interact with each other. So we have three categories of detections: expressive, affective and cognitive. Expressive is all about understanding your facial expressions. An avatar, when you smile, it can actually understand you're smiling and express that. And what that does, it allows your expressions in a virtual environment to become far more intuitive, far more natural and personal, and ultimately more lifelike. The next detection suite that we have is affective, which is all about understanding your emotional experience. And really the most powerful aspect of this detection is to be able to adjust the game dynamically to your personal experience. Music and sound, intensity of the music and the colors in the game, the mood can change based on your emotional experience. And lastly, cognitive is all about fulfilling mankind's longest and oldest fantasies. And that's the ability for you to be able to control objects just by simply thinking about it. This year we will be releasing the Emotiv Epoc, which is the world's first consumer neuro headset. The Emotiv Epoc is a high-fidelity neuro system and allows a consumer-type application to be possible. I mean, the idea of collecting brainwaves has been around, and this technology has been around for almost a century. But up until now, it has not been possible to have a system that can acquire these brainwaves in a consumer-friendly fashion. And what Emotiv has been able to do with our sensor technology is to take that step towards a consumer-friendly device. It's completely wireless. It has a battery life that will support 12 hours of continuous play. And lastly, we've also incorporated a gyroscope into the Epoc that will allow us to track head motion. We're also able to control camera movement and cursor control. The Emotiv Epoc will be sold as a complete product package. So it will be bundled with a game that will allow you to truly experience the unique features of the headset. And in addition to that, people that purchase the Epoc will also have access to a next generation online portal that will allow you to experience your own content that you have today in a totally different way. Your music will be able to vary based on your emotional experience. Your photos will actually change and reorganize itself based on what you feel. In addition to that, Immortal is the avenue and the gateway for you to download additional content that is available with the Emotiv Neuro headset. The Emotiv Epoc Neuro headset will also be bundled with a software called Emotiv that will allow the end user to be able to attach the Emotiv detections into any of your existing PC games. So instead of pressing a button to cast a spell, you can now just simply think about it and be able to see that happen in the game.